Hey, what's up guys? DMJ here. Getting ready for tomorrow's game. Pretty stoked. Got everything back out on the table. I don't want to show you the table because I got spoilers out. Yeah, ready to continue this story, this adventure. I just thought it would be cool to go through like the present status of the characters so we can kind of see where we're at here. So we're looking at Thunderian. Still got the lantern. His main weapon that he's carrying right now is this halberd of hatred. And he basically gets +2 strength and can attack from 2 squares away, which is pretty cool. If using it against orcs, he gets double the attacks, but is so full of rage that they're at -1. A deep aura of hatred surrounds this wicked halberd. So this thing maybe kind of feels like a cursed item that maybe might take control of him somehow. Maybe pull some of his hatred out. I don't know. It's pretty badass. But Javen is currently holding on to an item that I think Thunderian is going to want to get a hold of. It would be a rune for this. So anyways, he also has a ring of Cheshnak. Basically, he can leave the dungeon at any time, and he's teleported to safety. He just meets up with the warriors at the next settlement. He can do this once per adventure. And I don't know, maybe this thing is like putting a little hatred into his heart, this weapon. And like now he has this ring, just like knowing that he can teleport out at any time. A little bit of maybe selfish motivations, or I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with Thunderian here. If you remember, he does drink a little bit, and we'll have to see how that affects his behavior along with this stuff. And currently his gold is at 542. Let's check out Rapture. So currently Rapture has this surefire bow. An elegant bow has a single rune of surefire carved into it. Ancient stories tell of a bow that never misses, and this weapon may be that very weapon. It's got a strength 4 and adds +2 to the wielder's to hit roll. But he also has this Talon of Death. This magical artifact sucks all the light from the surrounding area, creating an aura of darkness around you. So once he's finished moving, he can use the Talon of Death to cause 1d6 wounds against every monster adjacent to him. No modifiers to toughness or armor. You roll for each monster separately. Can be used once per adventure. So I just kind of picture that like he pulls this, he like moves, and then he pulls this off his belt and holds it up. And it kind of like the darkness spell in D&D, except for it just is like a black hole. It just pulls your life force into it and causes damage to all the monsters around him. That's pretty cool. He also has an enchanted shield, +3 to toughness, but he can't wear any other armor, which he's not anyways, and 800 gold. So his toughness right now is 6, which is pretty sweet. So he does a bit of fighting with his sword, and now he's just got a magic shield that goes along with it, and then he has his bow on his back. He's currently carrying 490 gold, and he owns some businesses that every time he gets into town, he's got to check the investments and see what kind of money he makes from those. Last time he came up and he earned just a little bit of money, but it was still something. And yeah, let's check out Lunarius. So our wizard's got a bunch of crap here, and I'm going to need your help for those of you that watched the campaign. If you can remember something, it would help me out. If not, I'm going to try to figure it out myself. But currently, Lunarius is still holding on to the Hand of Death scroll. Hand of Death spell may be cast upon any one monster, causing 3d6 wounds, no modifier for armor. Spell costs no power to cast, and the scroll can be used once, and then it's discarded. So that's pretty nice if we come up against something big. So he did buy this wizard staff, and now he's got this rending sword. So I just kind of picture it like Gandalf, where he's got the staff in one hand and then the sword in the other hand. Rending sword, 2d6 wounds. If the hit was a 5 or a 6, it ignores 2 points of armor, worth 1,200 gold. So that's pretty good. His wizard staff, -1 to hit, 1d6 plus strength damage, +1 to toughness, because you can kind of like block with it. Reroll 1 in the event phase. I've got to look that up and see if that's all the time. And 6 spell points in it. So pretty cool. I'm going to look this up and find out a little bit more details about this, because it's been a while since I've looked at it. But yeah, that's his wizard staff. So one of his treasure cards is the Finger of Doom scroll. You find a dusty scroll in which magical sigils are traced in a spidery scrawl. It's a Finger of Doom, ancient and powerful magic. May be taken by the wizard and used just like any of his other spells. It's got a casting number of 6. Jeez. When cast, the Finger of Doom inflicts 6 wounds on a single monster, no modifiers for toughness or armor. So it's basically like a permanent item. Yeah, it says permanent right there at the bottom. So I got that for a spell, but I lost one of my spells somehow in the game, and I can't remember where or how I lost it, and I don't want to look through all the videos again. It was something where you roll, I might have it in my notes, something where you roll at the beginning of the game to see if you can get the spell back, and I failed it last time. I'm going to have to look at it, but still got Healing Hands, which just heals everybody 1 wound, cost of 2, and then the Lightning Bolt. Pick any monster that the wizard can see. Targeted monster suffers 2d6 wounds, modified for toughness and armor, in the line of sight. Duration immediate, and that's a casting of 4. So, yeah, Lunarius here, he's in pretty good shape. Let's check out Jabin. Oh, Lunarius. Also, Lunarius is carrying 1,207 gold. Damn. They still got the king's daughter with them after rescuing her and then getting turned away from Heligrad, Agatha Stonehammer. I think she kind of hangs around Javen because maybe he's not quite as threatening as the bigger folks in the group, and he's just not that much bigger than her, I mean, tall-wise. And so I think she kind of hangs out with him, and he puts up with her. We also have Javen's dog. Can't quite remember his name right now. I'm going to have to find that and write that down. That's one of the only things I've forgotten to check out. But let's see what Javen's got. He's still got his rope. Javen, we don't want to forget this, has the ability to sing a song that he learned from Cobain the Bard. And once per game, up to a 300 gold creature, you roll d6. On a 5 or a 6, they die. So, yeah, Javen's been rehearsing this song. He also, this is what I was telling you about earlier, he also has this Rune of Annihilation. You can add it to a weapon, then it disappears. If you roll a 6, it's plus 2d6 wounds. He can't add it to his Axe of Kelmiri here. This magical axe was forged many centuries ago by the priest kings of the ancient realm of Kelmiri. It's a mighty weapon with pure white blade. When the kingdom fell, the axe was lost, presumed destroyed. When using this axe, you can roll an extra dice for damage and then discard the lowest score. That's basically what he could do anyway. They then add their strength to the score as normal. In addition, when used against undead, it's +1 to hit. So, at the very bottom there, the ability of this axe cannot be added to in any way, such as runes, etc. So he can't add the Rune of Annihilation to it. That's why Thunderian wants this thing, and Javen's not just going to give it up. He's going to have to get something out of the deal. So Javen also has the Dawnstone. May be used to restore one warrior to full wounds immediately, even if dead, one-time use. That's pretty sweet. That's really sweet. Now, let me talk about real quick. Some of these cards, when I printed them all up, were just mixed into my treasure deck. Now, 1 or 2 of these people pointed out, I think it was just 1, was given as a regular piece of treasure at one point. And people were like, that's an objective room, and not really knowing the layout of the cards. I mean, you can look at it now that I see, you know, it says objective room, but in the midst of the game, I just like take the card and, oh, cool. Hey, this goes into the pile. But the red up here is objective rooms. And so that's one thing that I had to take all of these out of my treasure decks, and they are now separate, and they will be drawn from the objective room separately. One of the other things as well with Thunderian is with his killing blow, the monsters where he is able to move on to the next creature, they have to be adjacent to the other creature and in his range to hit them. In other words, they got to be right next to each other, basically. Before, I was doing whoever was adjacent to Thunderian, he can just turn around. Like I would have him like turn around diagonally back here and then kill him, and then turn diagonally this way and kill him. No. The monsters all have to be like in a line like this, where Thunderian could hit that square, hit that square, hit that square. And it's just like a swinging blow that hits everybody. So basically, yeah, that was the two main things that people had pointed out. Also on Thunderian's, I got to remember to count the monsters on his card. After he kills a monster, you put him onto his card, and you get to add that to his Berserker roll. I don't think I had too big of an issue with it, maybe once or twice, but everybody's going to point it out, and that's fine. It keeps me on my toes when it comes to that and thinking about those little rules and stuff. So anyways, guys, yeah, I just wanted to run through the characters real quick with you. The game should be posted, I would say Sunday morning. It should be up. If not, if I get the editing done, it'll be Saturday night. But I got some running around to do and some things to do. I'm going out that day, and I'm shooting for Sunday. So, okay, if you guys can remember how Linarius lost that one spell, in case I haven't found the information by then, just put it down in here in the comments on this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.